Hi guys, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial will be about the stitching of the cargo pants which we cut out in our previous video. If this sounds like something you are interested in, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment. Enjoy. Now for our pants, we'll be needing our pockets and I'll be cutting two pieces of this. Because the fabric was not enough, I had to use a black doll face and I cut out the small facing. This is going to be the visible part on our pants, so it doesn't really matter. We just need about 2 to 3 inches of this facing. Now for the length, I usually do 15, 14, and for the width, I do 8 on fold. So that's what I use for my pockets, 8 inches on fold. I might cut out 9, but I end up using 8 inches on fold. Now for my cargo pockets, I'll be cutting a length of, this is the way it's going to look like anyway after folding it. So I usually cut out extra. So I cut out 14 by width and 10 inches by length. So when you fold out that extra inches, I'll be having about 10 by 10. Now I also went ahead to cut out 2 inches width of fabric, and it has to be long enough to cover your pockets. So that's what I have here. I went out to cut out 2 pieces of it. Now for my zip, I went out to cut out the flap. I'll be using it. What we basically need here is 9 inches length and about 2 inches width. So that's what you need. And I'll be keeping this fabric for my collar and my waistband. So let's get right into the stitching. Now for our jacket, you're going to open it up, place it the way I'm just doing it right now, and you're going to join the shoulders. The first thing we are joining on our jacket is the shoulders, then go ahead to add the sleeves. Now this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to join the shoulders and I've also added the sleeves. So this is what we have right here, and this is how it's looking. Now for the sleeves, what I did was I flipped my hemming allowance to the front, and I was able to do this because the front and back are similar. You can't tell them apart. This is how it's looking right now. I've gone ahead to cut out my collar using my neck circumference. I've also cut out a piece of fabric for my pocket, and I'll just be ironing that out. So that's basically it. I've gone ahead to iron out my pocket using a width of 5 inches and the length of about 6 inches. I later realized it was too much and I made it 4 by 5. Now for my cargo pants pockets, I'm gonna need to do it. This is why I sewed it. I folded it into 2 by the midpoint, give it a straight stitch. I've also gone ahead to create my pockets, my side pockets for my cargo pants. I'm sorry these things were not added here because I don't want the video to be bulky. There will be a separate tutorial on how to do your pockets, your cargo pockets, your zip, your flap. All these things will be separate and they'll just be brief. Okay, so please bear with me. What I'm basically going to do here is I'm going to join them right side facing each other and go down by about 7 inches. I'll start my stitch from that point of 7 inches that I took. I'm just going to explain this visually for you right now. So this would be my 7-inch point, and I'll just stitch it from this point downwards, following the curve. Now I've gone ahead to add my zipper flap. Don't worry, like I said, there will be a special tutorial, a separate tutorial for this. After all this is done, I also went ahead to join my sides. That's basically what there is to it. That's just it. After joining it, I went ahead to join my sides, and this is how it looks on the floor. I had to put it on the floor so you could get a full view of it. I've also gone ahead to add my waistband, and my trouser is still not yet joined together. This is because I need this allowance, I need this freedom for my cargo pockets. Okay. that we have our trouser balanced on the table, I'm just going to go ahead from my waist and I'm going to mark 16 inches, 15, 16 inches, whatever you want to do. It all depends on you and on the style you're actually following. But for me, 16 was enough to be the starting point of my cargo pocket. And this is how I'm going to place it basically. Now I'm going to mark the midpoint of my cargo pocket and mark it with a chalk. And I'm going to place it that midpoint on that's my seam line, exactly on my seam line at the point I marked at my 16 inches length. You want it to be centered. If you want to pin it, go ahead to pin it. Whatever you want to do to make it stay in place, sure, go ahead. Now that I have it pinned down in place, I just went ahead to use chalk to draw it out, to outline it. Because when you take out your pin, you don't want it to shake. You want to make sure you're stitching on the accurate lines. This is what I do. So after pinning down, I outline it with a chalk. As you can see, my line is visible. Even when I take off my pocket and I want to sew it on, I still have like a guideline to guide me on where to place it. So that's basically what I do. I'll just go ahead to use the same process for the second leg of my pants. Now let me just explain this a bit more. After stitching it on, this is the way you're going to put on the cover. You want to give it like a 1/2 inch space before stitching it. Then you flip it over and you top stitch it. That's generally what you do. Okay, I'll be showing you this on my machine, so let's go. I've gone ahead to stitch on my pocket. Now I'm just going to put the cover and I'll be giving it a 1/2 inch allowance. Stitch it right through and I'll top stitch it. Now for this pocket cover, you have to make sure it's the same length with your pocket and it should be about 2 inch, 3 inches thick. Mine was 3 inches. By the time you sew out your 1/2 inch, you'll be having about 2.5. You can do 2.5, sew out 1/2 and 1/2, 2, whatever you want. Okay, so that's generally the idea. So this is how it looks, our cargo pocket done and dusted. I'll just go ahead to repeat the same process on the next pocket. I've got ahead to finish up my cargo pocket and this is how it looks. So I'll just go ahead to join my waistband. I'm going to top stitch it to hold it down in place and I'll be joining my trouser side by side. I'm going to cut off this extra and I'll be joining it this way and this way. But before that, I'll cut off this extra, give it a straight stitch up to the tip but not through, and I'll be joining it straight down. I would also sew in my hem by 1/2 inches and that'll be all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching so far and kindly subscribe, like this video, share, comment. If you have questions, do well to leave them in the comment section and see you next time. Bye.